Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Walk and Talk back over Tunbridge Wells Common. Weather's okay, as you can see, not too blue, but at the moment looks like it's not going to rain. So let's get this. This shouldn't be too long a video today. Then again, I say that all the time and I ramble on. First of all, thank you for the response to last week. I did it on mental health, and I've had some private messages from people saying it really helped, really enjoyed it. So I'm really happy it is helping you guys out there. It's touching some of you, some of the advice and tips I'm giving. And that's the main thing here, guys, is to, even if one or two of you I can help, that's great. So I'm really pleased that you liked it last week, and I'm really pleased with some of the feedback you've given me. So thank you very much, that's great. And I was thinking about, well, what can I talk to you this week? And I think actually when I was looking at that, I thought, oh God, I might have to change this to once every 2 weeks or once every month. I'm going to run out of things to talk about. But because last week we talked about mental health and mindset, I thought, why don't I continue that? And is there something else that would be relevant to you guys? And I was looking, I was on my desktop, and I forgot about this. I was going to do a post a couple of weeks ago. No, actually about 2 months ago. And it was all on accountability and responsibility, which I'm going to talk about today. And the title of the post I was going to put up on LinkedIn was called "Stop Blaming the Recruiters for Not Having a Job." Now, a bit controversial maybe, but let me explain. Because obviously whenever I write something, there's always a relevance to it at the end. And the reason I wrote that, I didn't post it, I thought about it at the time and I thought I'd just hold off, but now seems a good time. Actually, I'm going to talk about it. And you know, it just seemed that week, every day, every post I saw was someone knocking a recruiter, more so than I've ever done. And I suppose now I'm on this side, I'm obviously noticing these things more than I did when I was a creative. And I saw another one, I thought, oh really? And guess what, by the way guys, we have a lot of reasons to knock recruiters. You know, I was in your position not long ago, and I've been through everything you've been through, ghosting, actually I talked about that the other week. No excuse there, horrible thing to do. You know, and there's lots of other reasons why us creatives, you creatives, aren't happy with recruiters. But I thought, oh, you know what, it's too much now, and actually, being on this side, obviously can sympathise a lot with recruiters. And by the way, you know, I know there are bad creative recruiters out there, but there's some really good ones too here. You know, we've got to remember that, and I know a few of them, and they're still about. So I think it's important to remember they're not all bad, there's some really good ones too. Anyway, I saw that and I wrote the post and I held back, but I'm just going to talk about what's in it because I think it's sort of relevant. It's a nice carry on from last week, and we're all talking about mindset. Now, you know, I was reading that people were blaming recruiters in a way, and I think they blame them for not having a job. And my response to that is, that's not right, that's wrong actually. The reason you haven't got a job is because of you. It's your fault, not theirs. Now, hear me out, because it might sound a little bit controversial. And what I mean by that is, you know, every day, all of us, including me, we make choices, we make decisions. Some are good, some are bad, some are wrong, some are right. And it happens every single day. Small decisions, big decisions, not just about getting a job. So this is the general thing I'm going to talk about. And a lot of the times, we blame others for things that happen to us. Sometimes we're right, but a lot of the time we're not. And one thing I've learned is, if we continue to blame others for our own predicament, what we're in, what happens is we give away accountability, we give away responsibility, actually we give away our own power. And what I'm going to say to you guys is, don't do that, you know. Look at whatever's going on, whether it's a recruiter or not, look at the decision you made or the choice you've made. Because when we give that away, we do lose our power, we lose our strength, we give it away to someone else. What I've learned, there's nothing stronger than actually being in control, saying, do you know what, that's my problem, that's my fault, that's the reason it's happened, it's me, it's nobody else. I take accountability and I take responsibility. And by doing that, believe it or not, makes you feel a lot better. Even if the decision you've made or the choice you've made is wrong, it's still good. It's still good saying, you know what, it's down to me. It's down to nobody else. And you know what, and you retain that power. Now, you might be thinking, what, are you mad? Give it a go. Trust me, it really, really helps. And one of the things I do now, I try to do that, and a lot of when I make bad decisions like you guys, bad choices, that's life. It's what happens. But I try to keep accountability now, and I try to own my own shit. You know, let me give you a small example. 10 years ago or so, I made some really bad financial decisions, as a lot of us do. And, lost me a lot of money. But at the beginning, I sort of it was a person I know, it was a neighbour, and I you should have done this, you should have said that. I did that for a little while, and then you go, hold on. Did he put a gun to my head? No. Did I do my due diligence? Yes, but not enough. So basically, it was my fault. It was my fault. I had put an investment through this person into whatever, and it's my fault it didn't work out right. It's not his, doesn't matter. Could argue there's certain things maybe he should have done, but he didn't. But guess what? It's still my fault. It was my decision, and I went with it. It didn't force me to do it. And that's a big learning curve for me, because I think years ago I would have lived in, it's his fault, the reason I've lost so much. And what it does, it empowers you guys. It empowers you. It gives you the power back. When we coach people, every good coach will tell you this, is our job is to ask questions, right? You get a lot of coaches who give advice all the time. It's wrong. The whole point of coaching is listening and asking you a question and you to come up with the answer. And of course, sometimes you get stuck, and a coach, with permission, will ask you if they can make a suggestion, right? But with your permission. Because with coach, it's very simple. If I'm coaching one of you and you're stuck, and without asking your permission, I give you some advice, right? And you take it, you're onto a loser either way. If it goes wrong, you blame me. You lose your power. You take away accountability, responsibility. You blame me. Oh, you told me to do that. Yeah, right? You're not feeling great about yourself, but you blame someone else. And guess what? If it goes right, that advice I give that person or you, and it works, I've disempowered you because it's not your decision, it's mine. So you can't have it then, you can't enjoy that success, because guess what? It was my idea. So that's why coaches don't give advice, right? Because we can disempower you and you lose that. You lose your accountability and responsibility. And that's my main message today, guys, is even though it was triggered by me seeing a post about blaming recruiters, it took me on that little journey. So my lesson really today is own your own stuff. Take accountability, take responsibility. Don't blame others, even if you want to. Don't. Own it. Because I promise you, you'll feel better, you'll feel stronger, you'll feel empowered. And there's nothing better in the world than feeling empowered. There's nothing worse in the world than blaming others for all your mistakes and your choices. So that is my lesson today, guys, is take responsibility, take accountability. I promise you, your life will change. See you soon.